What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and in today's video we got a real good example of a perfectly clean Gen 1 Hayabusa. This thing is a 07 model, only 4,400 miles. This thing is pristine condition. It has Yoshimura slip-ons. The baffles are in the slip-ons right now. So anyways, the baffles in the slip-on, we're gonna run it baseline with just as it is. The bike does have a K&N air filter. Once we get our baseline pull, then we're gonna remove the baffles and do a ECU flash and tune on this bike. So a lot of you have been commenting in the comments the last couple videos where we've done a couple Honda CBR 1000s, saying that I was hating on the Honda, manipulating the numbers of the CBR 1000. So anyways, keep in mind, guys, that all dynos do read different, and a lot of the stuff you read in the magazines or just say a manufacturer's video, they're going to be rating these bikes at crankshaft horsepower. So a lot of you have commented, like in the last couple videos, the Honda CBR 1000 165-ish on the horsepower. Oh, you guys are rigging the numbers. Those make 180 out of the box. They make 180 to the crankshaft, not to the tire. Anyways, so now we have a Gen 1 Hayabusa. A lot of people think that Hayabusas automatically make 200 horsepower. Not quite the case. Now we're gonna get everything we can out of this, but this is gonna show you what basically all bikes do on the same dynos. So if you think the numbers are low or high or whatever on this bike, go back and look at some of the other bikes we've done. Go back and look at GSX R1000s, R1s. We've dynoed just about everything on the channel so far, and everything is gonna vary, but this is all real life stuff. Sometimes the dyno can be a heartbreaker, but the main thing is it is a tuning tool. Whatever we start with, as long as we finish with something higher and make the bike run smoother, we have achieved our goal. Whatever that number may be, you got to go to the actual old trusty racetrack to get real numbers. All right, guys, let's get started with this Busa, see what it's got. All right, guys, here we go. First pull, baseline pull, completely as is, untouched. 07 Busa with only 4,000 miles. Hear how low the idle is and how it was a little hesitant to start up, but we're gonna try to fix all that too. Compare that to the 2018 Honda we just did, or 2017 Honda CBR 1000. All right, guys, first pull on the new flashed ECU. This will be just kind of a baseline with our flash in it, and then we'll start tuning and adjusting from there. You can already hear and sound or tell how much better the idle sounds. so you can see we went from 152 to 154. We had some nice gains through the mid-range, as well as 2 horsepower up top. But you can see now that we've removed some of the restrictions in the ECU, the air-fuel ratio is actually leaner. So the red line is the current air-fuel ratio. The blue line is the old air-fuel ratio. Well, the higher up the line is, the leaner the bike is, the lower the line is, the richer it is. This dotted line is about where we want to be. So you can see here we've got some pretty nice gains. This is 7,000 RPMs. We went from 121 to 127. So that's pretty big right off the bat. I'm gonna keep tweaking this thing, getting the air fuel right, and I think we can find a few more ponies. Not to mention that, you can see where we also extended the rev limiter, and now the bike pulls farther on out. So that's gonna make it faster at the racetrack. Another thing I wanted to point out, when we tune through the ECU, I can tune what they call the IAP map and the TPS map. The IAP stands for intake air pressure. So basically this is when the bike is in vacuum. So that means when you accelerate, that's in throttle position. When you decelerate, that's in vacuum. Okay, so the transition from going from on throttle, off throttle, on throttle, off throttle, it makes that much smoother. And when you're just trying to maintain 40 miles per hour, say on a Hayabusa, it's kind of hard to do. So you're just like barely giving it gas, not even 2% throttle. Well, we can tune that cruising map as well and make that so much smoother. So, and that's very common on these bikes. A complaint, you know, where just the on throttle, off throttle is jerky. Well, when we smooth this out, which you cannot do with a Power Commander, makes a huge difference. All right, guys, we're getting close to getting the air fuel, everything dialed in on this thing. You see we're up to 156 horsepower, but you can see here it's 7,000 RPMs. This thing is really coming to life. We went from 122 to 130 horsepower. So at 143 to 148, that's at 8,300. And even down here at 5,600, we went from 97 to 102. Here at 6,500, where we went from 113 to 119. So there's a lot of different gains you get from a tune and from a flash. This not just the peak number. In other words, when you race or you ride, just ride around town, you don't always ride your bike at 156 horsepower, which on this Hayabusa comes out to be around 9,600 RPMs. You're not always at that point. So at this point, you know, just taking off on a red light, you know, you just kind of run up real quick, bang into the next gear. You feel that a lot. So all this, the little stuff helps out a ton when you're getting one tuned. So anyways, if you guys have this bike at home and you want to send in your ECU, all you have to do on a Hayabusa, literally pop the seat off, 2 bolts, one right here, one on the other side. The ECU is right here under the tail section. Simply just unplug it. Go on moremafia.com, get all the instructions there on how to mail it in. We're doing the final flash. Well, we just did the final flash on the ECU. Let's make this pull and see what this thing does. All right, guys, this should be the final pull on this Gen 1 Busa. Let's see if this gentleman's ride all the way from New Jersey in the house. Come drive 12 hours to come visit us at More Mafia. We appreciate him, and we appreciate everybody else coming to see us. another one out of there. So we ended up hitting 157 horsepower, and we got that air-fuel ratio perfectly crispy on the bottom there. You see that line, the red line? I'm gonna delete the blue one just so you can see. That was, blue one was our first run. The red one is our final run, and you see we got her on the money, guys. 157 horsepower, did that at 9,500 RPMs. We put the seal of approval on the old ECU. For those of you who are watching and enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button, and as always, guys, we appreciate you. Check us out, moremafia.com. We got hats, shirts, stickers, t-shirts. I think I already said that. All kind of cool stuff. You can also get all the information to get your ECU flashed on there as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See ya.